This is Superyacht News, in association with Go Earth Boating, navigating boat buyers to better deals. Hi, welcome back to the channel. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you're enjoying your bank holiday. If you are celebrating a bank holiday this weekend, this long weekend. We've got a story in from, it's a bit of a jumble actually. This is a report based on reporting from Croatia, but it occurred in Montenegro. A client and his family decided to charter a yacht for 4 days, and they paid 280,000 euros for this yacht charter. And the short version of this story is that the yacht turned up late and then was not fit to go on a charter, and now there's a potential court case coming to try to recover monies. So basically what happened is, like I said, the client, I believe he's from Croatia. He wanted to charter a vessel, so he went to a company to charter this vessel. Now the yacht that we're talking about is a 51-meter yacht called Lazy Z. And this vessel, like I said, was chartered for 280,000 euros. Now, the way they chartered the vessel and the way most people do charters is they use the MYBA, Yachting Association contracts. It's pretty standard. If you might remember last year or the year before, I don't remember exactly when it was, we had this Zelensky fake story about him supposedly buying these two yachts. And the contracts that we were looking at, which we showed to be fake, they were supposedly MYBA contracts, which is industry standard pretty much. Now, one of the things it says on those contracts is that if for any reason the yacht is late or the yacht has a problem or anything like that, that the client will receive back the full money plus 50%. They were meant to charter this vessel on the 16th of August. So the trouble started when the vessel didn't arrive. The client states that he was kept, the time kept slipping, and he was given a number of different times for when the vessel was going to arrive. Eventually it arrived the following day, 9 hours after it was supposed to. So immediately the yacht has forfeited that contract. Now, according to the article, the client then tried to resolve that. They come up with an agreement, I believe. So eventually the client, with his wife, 4 children, 2 nannies, who were waiting for the yacht, eventually boarded the yacht the next day. Now, the family had been staying at a hotel nearby called the one and only Porto Novi Hotel, and some of the staff from the hotel had helped them down to the vessel, and they went on board. But when they got on board, what they found was a yacht that was not fit to be chartered. The wife took some video footage, but there was an altercation towards the end in the last video, which is quite shocking actually. If I'd seen that on Below Deck or I'd seen it in a movie, I would have said that doesn't happen. But apparently it did happen, because we see it on video. Now, some of the things to be aware of is, not only was the vessel dirty, unprepared, like it looked like it had been in refit. It apparently had been in refit. It just left refit, but it looked like it was just a bit of a mess. Now, one of the things I did notice is, in one of the videos, I'll put it on screen, is as they go up to the bridge area, they're filming with the camera, and they turn, I'll pause it, and you can see there are no windscreen wipers on the windows of the bridge, which is rather peculiar. I mean, you don't really have to see where you're going, right? So that's quite weird. There's garbage everywhere. There's stuff laid out. It looks like the vessel's still in refit, to be honest. But there was another issue too. So before we get to the altercation, the port authority from Montenegro turned up on the 17th, the day that the family were there as well, and he boarded the vessel. And he said that the Lazy Z, the yacht, did not have the correct documentation to be able to charter. He also found some technical problems on the yacht, and he banned the departure until everything was resolved. Now, they didn't specify in the article what those technical problems were, but obviously it was serious enough for the guy to say you can't leave until these have been resolved. Maybe it was windscreen wipers on the bridge. But anyway, then the clients who paid the money tried to resolve the dispute peacefully. This is what they said. And they said that they never got their money back. Now, The company that arranged it, the travel agent that deals with charters, they are called the Adriatic and Sunshine Travel. They said that the money was returned to the client and that they said that the yacht had all the necessary permits to carry out chartering activity. He also said that because they'd paid back the money, that the contract between the client and the agency had been concluded and that they were now only in the capacity of witnesses and mediators in the dispute. Now, remember what we said about the MYBA contract, though, right? In the event of a forfeiture or in the event of the contract being broken by the vessel, that they have to pay them back plus 50%. So that's probably where the issue comes in terms of money. If they've paid back that money, the client suggests that they have not paid it back. Maybe he's referring to the extra. Now, the yacht itself is actually managed by a company called Transatlantic, which is owned by Sea Marine Holding. And the man who owns that company is an American entrepreneur of Croatian origin. From his family's from Split in Croatia. His name is Lucas Duplan. I'm going to put his actual full name on screen because I'll try and pronounce it, but the Croatians will laugh at me. Lucas Andrew Duplanchik, I think it's pronounced. He's the son of Croatian immigrants to the US. The most important part of the story is the altercation. So as the wife is filming on board the vessel, they've been told that they weren't allowed to film, which is fair enough, but as she's walking around filming the disgusting mess that is this vessel, a person comes out of the main deck doors onto the aft deck, and who we believe, based on the article, is the captain of the vessel, and he tells the lady, "You cannot film on board," and she says, "Okay." He goes, "No," and he grabs the phone, and the video stops recording. Now, according to the article, the captain then threw the phone off the vessel. I assume it meant onto the parking lot, not into the water, because she managed to retrieve the phone, right, to get the video footage from it. But that's quite shocking, really, and I'll show you the footage here.
Заходим на лодку. Лодка вся грязная, просто вся. Что снаружи, что внутри. Не готова абсолютно.
So you can't film on the boat.
Okay.
No, it's not okay. You can't film on it.
Now you can see that he's physically grabbing that phone, right? So I mean, I'm quite shocked about that, and I think that should be, well, I don't think that should happen, even if she's filming on board. Obviously, clearly, he knows why she's filming. The vessel is absolutely not ready for anybody to be on board. Apparently, according to the client, the only place that was clean was the crew areas. So yeah. Anyway, interesting story. So anyway, the clients have hired a lawyer, and they're going to take them to court, and so they'll obviously will be dealt with by the courts. We'll bring you an update even when we get it. We'll move on. If you remember, we did an article last week about the co-founder of Mazu Yachts in Turkey, and he's also a yacht designer. Now, he went missing. He sailed his vessel from a port in Turkey, Yalova, I believe it is, and he was heading to Mykonos in Greece. And his vessel collided with a cargo vessel as it was heading down there. And we don't know the circumstances of that collision. There was a lot of comments which I addressed in the previous video saying, how could they crash into each other? But anyway, the bottom line is there was a collision, and he's been missing. And now the Turkish Coast Guard and Search and Rescue have been searching since then, which is a long time, actually. At this point, it's a recovery operation. And they're saying now that they have found a body approximately 70 meters down on the seabed. The governor's office has confirmed in a statement, as a result of search operations conducted by the Coast Guard Command, the Port and Harbour Directorate, and the General Directorate of Coastal Safety, on the 23rd of August, at approximately 7 p.m, a body believed to be that of the victim, Halit Yukay, has been discovered. This is according to Boat International article, who did an update on it. But the statement continues using side scan sonar and an ROV, which is a remotely operated vehicle. The body was detected at a depth of 68 meters on the seabed near the probable collision site, and efforts are underway to recover the body. So yeah, that's very sad. So we'll move on. This is an interesting one. It's a bit out of our wheelhouse, but I thought, considering a subscriber contacted us, we'll cover this story. John Estanillo contacted us this morning around 0800 hours, local time here. He's on board a massive cruise ship, MSC World Europa. He contacted us, he sent some photos and some data, and he said, we've lost power, we've had a blackout, and we're adrift. And they were on the way to Naples from Genoa in Italy. And he said, like I said, he sent us some photographs along with a photograph of a very unhappy looking wife eating some breakfast there while they were waiting to find out what's happening. Now, we quickly checked on AIS, and we saw a message that said not under command, which is kind of odd thing to select on AIS. I would have thought it would have said adrift or mechanical issues or something, but not under command suggests there's nobody on the bridge, right? Anyway, the way AIS works on a ship is you generally you have a drop down list of things that you can select, underway using engines, at anchor, maneuvering, whatever you want to select, you can select from a list. You can also type things in as well. So like we show you sometimes where a yacht will say armed guard on board. They've typed that in manually because it's not a list in the drop-down list, But whatever you type in the past, you will generally stay in that drop-down list. So they've just picked not under command, which I don't think means what they think it means, but maybe it does. I don't know. I don't think that means what they thought it means. I think it means that there's nobody there controlling the vessel, right? But anyway, regardless, the vessel was having problems. To have a blackout on a cruise ship, it's pretty rare because there's a lot of redundancy on a cruise ship. There's a lot of generators running. So yeah, it will be interesting to find out what happened. Now, around, I think it was around 11 a.m. local time here, he updated us and said that they were underway again and they were using one engine and they were heading to Naples where they would investigate the issues. So they managed to get it running. So that's a happy ending there. Now, the good news is for them is that it was daytime when it happened. So I've been in plenty of blackouts on cruise ships and yachts. And, if it happens at night, it's much worse, especially on a cruise ship when people are, wandering around and they don't know, they're not used to it. When we have a blackout on a yacht, everyone's kind of like, oh, we're having a blackout. And then everyone knows it will be dealt with quickly. On a cruise ship, people tend to panic and stuff, and there are lots of areas inside the cruise ship where when there is a blackout, it's completely blacked out, like absolutely black, until the emergency lights come on. So I can see why it would be scary for people who've never been on a ship before. There's probably lots of people on there who've never been to sea before, right? And then the next minute they're in the dark. But like I said, it was daytime, so there will be some ambient light, I would imagine. But anyway, all resolved in the end. It's a huge cruise ship, though. So, that will be interesting. Once they get to Naples, they can find out what's wrong with it. And then they'll probably continue on, unless that was their last port of call. But anyway, thanks, John, for sending that in. It was quite interesting. All right, guys, I'll leave it there. Be sure to check us out on patreon.com/sysman. You can also check us out on YouTube members now. I think we've got quite a few people signed up now to YouTube members. We post them videos all the time. We're going to be doing the Monaco Yacht Show in September. Unbelievable. I can't believe it's September already. Well, it's not, almost. We're going to do some teasers for the Monaco Yacht Show. I'm going to be posting one later today as well. So check that out at patreon.com/sysman or on YouTube members. And be sure to like the video. Very important for the algorithm. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell for future notifications. And I'll catch up with you soon, guys. Bye-bye.